Hello everyone. This is Nico speaking, and I wanted to make a quick video to explain a couple of things I've added or I've seen on the pair trading tab. So if you go to the site and under the tab pair trading, then you have two sections. The first section is dedicated to pair trading about coins, and the second section is pair trading about stocks. On um, uh, on the pair trading about coins, first of all, you have this kind of heat map, which is telling you which of all the pairs are linked together or co-integrated together. So currently we see that the only pair that has a linkage is Ethereum Solana, and with this color map we have the p-value of the co-integration. So this value should be something like 0.01. And here we see the actual graph of that pair. These are the trajectories of the price action of Ethereum and Solana. Ethereum in black, Solana in red. And on the graph below, so this graph is the spread between these two. In fact, it's the standardized spread or the Z-score of the spread. So currently we see that for the spread of that pair, is very near to the equilibrium value. So here this graph is telling us that no trading, so there is no signal for taking an action. If we go to the stocks, to the pair trading for stocks, the addition, the new thing I've added is this kind of summary bar plot, which is telling us whether the Z-score, it is putting all the different co-integrated pairs on this axis, and on the vertical axis is the Z-score of the spread. At 0 means we are exactly at the equilibrium value of the spread, and 1 or -1 means one standard deviation above or below the average value. So currently what we see is that this pair, which is core and hive, there is a signal here to make a swap, and also a signal here and these pairs. So let's look a bit first, so how this comes about. To find out which pairs are co-integrated, first we do a hypothesis testing, which gives us back p-values of the co-integration test. So we see here with this color code which what is the value, the p-value of all those pairs. So it is only those pairs that are co-integrated that I am displaying here, not all of them, because these are the only relevant ones. And if we go to the details, we see here, let's take the example of core and hive. Core and hive, you find it here. So core is in black and hive is in red. So we see that they are following a trajectory around their mean. So currently we see that hive is overextended with respect to core. So here the strategy would be that you swap hive into core, and when that red dot returns back to the mean value, you close that swap again. You see that not all the pairs are currently giving a signal. For example, core and riot, there is no signal here. It has not exceeded the band of ±1 standard deviation. Galaxy and hive also is within the band, and so on. Many pairs are still in their equilibrium value, like hive and mara, so no trading signal here. So that's about it. So here the new addition is this summary plot, which tells you kind of quickly the global picture of all the signals. The second thing I wanted to say is about the deep sonar. On the deep sonar, what the deep sonar does, it is telling us how similar is the current dip with respect to all the previous dips. Here, and the summary of all that information can be found in this bar plot, which is indexing here on this axis all the previous major dips by date, and on this axis is the value of the dip score. what is interesting in my eyes at least is that this dip here, 2020 September '08, has very low values, unlike all the others. All the other with respect to all the other dips, we are far away from them, but we are very close to that one. And how do I see that? Is because the current value, which is the green bar, is very small, and also 10 days ago, which is the orange bar, is also very small. That means that the on-chain data that is leading to the deep sonar, and by on-chain I mean this takes into account, it calculates the number of addresses, the traffic between addresses, the outflows from exchanges into cold storages, all that stuff that happens on chain is taken into account to create the deep sonar. And that tells us that those conditions are very similar to the 2020 September '08. If I go here to the details to have a look at it, a more detailed look, then I see that we are here. This is the date of 2020 September '08. So here is where that dip happened. And today we are here. So we are at the value of P3, meaning 97% of all that sonar data is above us. So we are really almost identical in conditions to that dip. And it's interesting that this bull run happened after that dip. This is not the case for all the previous dips. Let's have a look at that dip, for example, which is 2019, February, 7th of February. So here, yes, there was a dip and a big bull run afterwards, but we are quite far from those conditions. We are at the P54 of all the values created by the sonar with respect to that dip. So we are not close to those conditions on chain, but more to that one. So that I find interesting. I don't know exactly what it means for the future, but here this is interesting. The other thing that I wanted to say is that recently we had an update from Bitfarms and Riot with respect to their production. It was the April production, so I've added that. Here is the Bitfarms. So we see that they announced that they had 405 Bitcoin mined and Riot 508. So I've added that, and we can see the increase here and here. Exahash, the hash rate is also increased quite substantially on Bitfarms, so we can see a very accelerated growth here. That's great. For Riot, it's also great, but it follows like a linear trajectory here. Bitfarms more accelerated. And HODL, they announced the HODL values, and I have put it also here. In this graph, Bitcoin mined per exahash, you can look at it as the efficiency. It's a bit curious. This has dropped because they mined more Bitcoin while the exahash went up. But we can see this goes up and down month per month. So yeah, I don't know what is causing really the drop in efficiency. So as soon as more companies announce their production for April, I will put that also here so that everyone can access it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks a lot, and good luck with your trades.